So this is going to be a bit different for me. I wanted to talk. I've been wanting to talk for a very long time about social media stuff and all of that, but I've never really had like an opportunity to. I've never been able to figure out like how to format it or how to talk about it because I'm not super credible across Instagram and YouTube. I have maybe 1,300 followers. I think close to 900 on Instagram, YouTube closing in on 600 soon. Between my two main channels, and obviously I have like other sub Instagrams and sub YouTubes and all that, but not super credible. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be talking about what I'm doing and talking about it like a series. So I promise no education, I promise no like entertainment value, whatever. This is kind of just me journaling my thoughts outside of like my own head and not on a piece of paper, like recording it and kind of having the journey documented to some regard. And that's going to kind of take me into the first thing that I've been doing that's new with social media. Is I used to post a lot of educational stuff, and it was like pure education, like this is what you do to get this result. I help like skinny shift workers, like super busy guys who have jobs, who don't want to dedicate a ton of time to the gym, get in better shape, bulk up, build muscle, whatever. That's like my whole thing. And what I've realized is that I give fucking awesome advice, I think, but I made no money from it. And the main thing with the channels, yeah, it's to have like a digital footprint and a personal brand and all that type of stuff. But the main thing is like to make money in a meaningful way. It's to help people, get them results, be proud of myself, get them proud of themselves, and serve the community in some type of way while making a living at the same time. And that's always been kind of the main goal. And I made zero money, and nobody really followed me or nobody really cared. And I was like, why? This advice is great. And I was like researching and spending money on courses, and I'm like, how the fuck do I get like am I just shit? Is my advice shit? Like, are my results not good? My results are fucking awesome. I do 100 pounds for reps on weighted pull-ups, benching like 1.5 times body weight, fucking gained 60 pounds of pretty much only muscle in the course of 5 years of training. Started at 90 pounds, like same height, different weight. Like, results are awesome. What I've been missing is something that people in like the social media sphere call connection content. So I really don't talk about like my journey or my story a ton. I'll give like a small story in the beginning, but it's very like boring educational. So for example, what I used to do for a video, if I'm talking about pull-ups, I'll go, I went from 6 pull-ups to doing 5 pull-ups with 110 pounds in a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. This is how, voila, and then I go into my spiel. What I haven't done is made an entire video just dedicated to like the process of, I was at 6 pull-ups, I felt weak, I felt unconfident, my physique was shit, I didn't have like any ability to like do the obstacle course or whatever with my friends, and I felt embarrassed. Like, turning it into a storytelling format gets people to know you, which gets them to follow you, and then the educational stuff is later. If you post, I think, mostly educational stuff, I think that's still how you make like the majority of your sales. It's what I've heard. But in order for people to get invested in you, you have to give them something to invest in. So what I'm changing now is I'm trying to post a lot more variety of stuff. So like meme content, or like funny like conversational skit stuff, or anything that just isn't purely educational. And the thought process is that's going to warm people up more. And I think it's been working. Like on Instagram and stuff, I've been getting more story replies. This channel, I'm posting more stuff. This channel is mostly for people who follow like the main one and want like added content and things. But I've been doing all of this stuff, and I want to see if that'll benefit me in any way. Because again, if you can get people invested into you, then you have more loyal followers, more loyal fan base, more people want to follow you in turn, because they have kind of this series, this roadmap. It's kind of like, oh, I learned this thing about this person every time they learn something. It's like, I used to follow a guy, Ian Barsegal, and he would post like the same maybe like 10, 20 clips over and over of him like doing lifts or whatever. He was like a calisthenics influencer for a while, and still kind of is, I guess. But he would post like these same 20 lifts. When he had a new piece of B-roll, when he had like a new like view of how he was doing the same fucking exercises with the same weight for fucking years, when he would post something new, it was like fucking candy at the time. I was like, yo, I learned this thing. When I found out that he was married at like 20 something, I was like, yo, giving like away little parts of your life, little parts of your story is absolutely fucking essential. And I think that's something that I've been missing. I haven't done like as much story driven type stuff, which I'm going to be doing now. And I'm also going to be documenting the journey more on this channel specifically. And on my other like main fitness channel, I'm going to be doing more than just educational stuff. I'm going to be talking about like personal stories, again, regarding the fitness. I'm going to be talking about like stories of other people, more topics that like branch out a little bit further, because if the majority is educational, then people still get like what they need. The educational stuff is the need, but what they want isn't that. Nobody just wants to sit during a fucking 60-minute lecture by some guy, regardless of how credible he is. Why is it that most people have access to ChatGPT and Claude or whatever, and they can learn anything on the internet for completely free and get it to a pretty good extent? Just if you import like some good resources, like you want to learn anything about business, about sales, about fucking mathematics, whatever, just import a couple of books written by some pretty credible people into ChatGPT to give you a lesson structure, and then a couple weeks or a couple months from then, you're a fucking professional. And all you need to do is just show people that you're a professional, and then you can get whatever job you want or have the skill that you want, whatever. The reason why people don't do that is because they don't have a fucking need to. Versus if they have somebody that they look up to say that math is important, and they talk to them about math for a little bit, or they watch something about math for a little bit, taught by that person, then they care a lot more because they have a personal connection to that person. So this is the ideal like circumstances going forward, is more connection stuff, more like, I don't want to say like quote unquote viral stuff, but more stuff that's kind of like view maxing versus anything, versus just like educational. I'm going to put more time into like maybe some meme content or fucking whatever, but that's the plan for now. So I'm gonna hit end recording on this. I'm just going for a walk right now, super chill. But yeah, those are the goals. If you want to follow the main channel, go ahead. If you want to follow my Instagram, I think that's in the description as well. But yeah, bye bye.